Oh yeah. It's gonna be a little bit of a feisty one. We're gonna see how we get address the trolls. I'll give it a shot though. Let's get into it. All right, guys. Not gonna get waste any more time. Let's get right into it. I see we already got a few folks in the building, so thank you very much for your support. I can't do it without you, so thank you very much for stopping through. Let's see here. Let me make sure you guys can hear me fine. Let me play that. Okay, yeah. So audio is good to go. So thank you very much for that, guys. I see I got my dude Kenny D is in the building, all the way from Sugar Land, Texas. So thank you very much for coming through, Kenny D. And you know what? And when it comes down to Kenny D, you know he always savors the flavor. So if you save the flavor, be sure to hit that react button, like, love. You know what I'm talking about. You know the flavor. James Knuckles is in the building. James, and also James Patron. And I hope, let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So thank you very much for that. If not, I'll take a shot in your honor. I see I had Mr. Lewis is in the building. Raquel Flores, yes, is in the building. Thank you very much for that. That's what I'm talking about. Hit that reaction button. I have Anthony in the building, aka Ant in the house. Thank you very much. And you know what? Always got my steady Eddie, Miss Florence Love. Thank you so much for coming through, folks. All right, let me get the details out of the way, the particulars that you guys love to hear so much in the beginning. My opinions are solely my own and do not reflect the opinions of my employer. I work for the second largest recycling and waste business in the nation. And if we haven't met already, hey, my name is Marcello Arcele. Nice to meet you. I provide recycling and waste services for businesses right here in Metro Atlanta. My focus is industrial, manufacturing, and logistics. So if at your site needs a reliable solution that is cost effective and safe, feel free to reach out to me directly. My number is 678-683-9136. I'm your waste man superhero. Thank you, guys. All right, so today's topic is gonna be kill the trolls. You guys know already that the topic that we're doing this is live every day live every day in August, which is coming from our folks right here in ECAM. So good out, shout out to them. Thank you very much for the not for the trolls, for the topic. Now, if you could read along, you can look at the comments right there. No, the description. See where we're gonna start at right now. Which is first one is the mean troll. Curious to know how that is. And before we get into it, please let me know if you're watching me live, if you're watching me in the replay. So let me know in the hashtag if you're a hashtag team live, and if you're a hashtag team replay, we love you because the analytics definitely love the replays. So thank you for that. Also, I definitely see it has Suzanne Van Saint Laurent is in the building. Ooh, I love myself some Saint Laurent. So thank you very much for that. I mean the brand. So thank you very much for that. Diane is in the building. Thank you very much for coming through as well. All right. So yeah, when it pertains to the mean ones, I'm curious. Some of you folks here that are watching me on the live and also replay, either you create, post, or create video. How do you guys manage with those mean trolls? Do you guys even pay attention? So let me know in the comments. If you pay attention, let me know in the comments. Thumbs up in the comments right there if you pay attention. If you don't even fool with them, put thumbs down in the comments there. So thank you very much. I'm curious to know that. I typically don't even address it. I usually leave it alone. Don't even want to even give them any breathing room. And mainly because you got to think about this. For me, I think about the replays. I don't want to be seen later on, combating with someone over something that doesn't even make any sense. So I'm curious to know how you guys interact with that? Because even think about this, even if you don't create content, if you engage in the comments of other people's lives, you might come across some trolls. So I'm curious to know your topic on that. So thank you very much for that. Hey, I see Andre Correa is in the building. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for coming through. I see I got Raquel. She's from the H-Town. Una Latina propia. Ahí como está. Gracias por estar aquí, señorita. Yeah. See, and Suzanne says it exactly. Don't even bother giving them any oxygen. And you know who doesn't give any trolls any oxygen? Miss Jamise Clark. She don't fool with that. She just like silence. Look what she says. You don't even get trolled when you illuminate respect. Wow. Oh, that's mic drop. I wish I could just drop this mic. No, I wouldn't. It's a few dollars. I don't want to do that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. The next one is off topic. I'm curious to know if you guys, what's your thoughts on that? Gene Gold, thank you very much for coming through. I'm glad that you're feeling better. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thanks for coming through. Yeah, the first question was, yo parlé portugués un poco. I see Ken Luis is bringing that up. I think that's what it is. So the first one, Jenny, was about being mean. I wonder how you deal with mean trolls. Even if you don't create content, you might interact with them in the comments. So curious to know what you guys think. The next one is off topic. So right now, let's say for instance, I was talking about relationships. Let's use that as an example. And someone comes through and says, hey, when are you gonna start talking about bicycles? You get the idea. So same thing. Would you even address it and be like, hey, let's say for instance, if you're talking about relationship, I said, well, yeah, I guess you're right. Relationships could be like riding a bike. Sometimes even if you haven't been in a relationship for a while, it's essentially like riding a bike. Once you get back on a bike, it takes you a little while, but you could get smooth sailing. That could be one way how I would address it. And I literally just came up with that bicycle analogy right off the dope. So it's kind of kooky. So I'm curious to know what you guys would think. All right. So Florence Love says, oh, no, let's go to Miss Raquel Flores. She says, kill them in kindness. I like that. That's a good address, good approach. And sometimes they know when you kill them in kindness, they can feel it. And they're like, all right, they're back down. So yeah, I like that. Florence says, I don't have any experience with that yet. However, I'm sure it could happen. I don't want to tolerate it and won't even engage. Thank God for blocking. Yeah, I agree with that, Miss Love. But you'd be surprised, like right here in the comments, I might have a troll. They might say, what are you talking about, Willis? And that could be the beginning. So even though you may not create content, you might even come across them either in your regular post or even in the comments. Maybe you've even seen it yourself. Even though you haven't been the victim of it, you might have seen it. So if you have, let me know in the comments or even give me a thumbs down if you've seen that before, someone trolling. Now I see my dude, Acosta. Senor Enrique, you have to pronounce it, you gotta roll the R's, when it comes down to my dude in Florida. Enrique Acosta Gonzalez. Thank you very much. Wepa, mano. I see my dude, Mr. Marshall's in the building right here. Thank you so much for the compliment, sir. I appreciate that. Now, James says, and this is James P. He says, trolls are like flies, annoying. I agree. And you know what I normally do when it pertains to flies, or in my case, fruit flies, because sometimes that happens. Just put a little dish with some apple cider vinegar and some soap. Just stir it up. It just draws them right in. And you don't have to deal with them later. All right. Lisa Chan says, let's take a look what she says here. Hi, happy, blessed new week, everyone ahead. Thank you very much for stopping by. Linda, and to get caught up, you could take a look in the comments, not the comments, in the description. We already finished 2 of the 5 topics or the 5 identities of the trolls. We're going to tackle the next 3 next. So you could definitely, if you want to watch the replay, you can see my insights on that. Now I see Diana's in the building. Thank you so much. She says, I usually just block people who are bothering me. That's a good way of putting it. Hello, I don't see you. Gone. Now, what I'd like to see what Mr. Peter Clark says here. Cheers. I've been very kind and fortunate as people have been very kind to me on my shows. Well, you can't blame him. This guy he's salt of the earth. I mean, he's outstanding, Peter Clark. I definitely attest to that. If it happened, it would just be short-lived and too short to even take on to people's hate, he says. I simply block them from my network. See, that's as simple as approach. Don't even bother with it. Don't even give them any oxygen. What are you talking about, Willis? That's what Mr. Acosta says. Miss Clark follows up by saying, and sometimes a respectful clap back. Oh, and I'm not sure if you guys know this. Miss Clark is from Atlanta, Georgia. She's a Georgia. She's a peach. I don't think she's she's originally from Georgia. I'd love to know that, but either way, that's what it is. Clap back, for folks from other areas is basically just giving them, not killing them with kindness, but just giving them right back with the same, sassiness right back at them. Yeah, that also works. I would agree with that, Miss Clark. All right, I see. Oh, Robert, thank you very much for coming through. Hey, Robert, thanks for coming through. I see. I haven't seen that. He said. And now James P says, "Tell them like it is." That's what it is. Now Peter Clark comes back and says, "And only old guys understands that last phrase." What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, it's OGs. People like they got gray hairs like I do. That's the only people that know that. Kennedy says trolls are not so delectable, scrumptious, delicious, edible, tasty good. I agree. They're a little bit salty. And then if you like salty, then you got to follow it up with a nice, delectable, sweet pastry. That goes well. And if you guys like sweet pastries, let me know in the comments. Put a thumbs up if you like an emoji right there. If you like sweet pastries, right in the comments. All right. Take a look what Miss Gold says. I haven't had a mean troll because they seem to know the people I'm interviewing tends to be talking about serious topics, and the trolls would jerk. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you don't even have that in your network, so that's See, that's another thing you have to do. Sometimes you just can't accept everyone to join your network. You have to be very selective, and that's how you can eliminate a lot of the trolls. This here, Linda Chan says, "Surely must appreciate your updates." Thank you. I appreciate that. I want to see what Mr. Marshall says. With trolls, you pay them dust, but also grateful that if you think enough of me to even comment and boost my content through ego. Yeah, that's the key thing, is that when sometimes you think that you're trying to be a pain in the butt, but ultimately you're actually helping my algorithm. So you nailed it on that one. All right, so let's go to the next topic, and the next one is funny. And I'll continue on the comments in a moment, so please feel free to continue engaging each other there. Funny is the ones that they'll just provide a little bit of haha joke, and it's fine. It's fine, but sometimes if the topic is serious, like some of the topics that Jenny Gold covers, it might be a serious topic, and being funny, not welcome in this party or in this discussion. So yeah, I usually would something like that. If a topic is serious, for that matter, I'll say, thank you very much for your joke, I think, but unfortunately, this is not the actual the place for that. Maybe we could talk about it. Send me a DM on that. Boom, and keep it moving. So I'm curious to know how would you guys address the funny trolls? All right, and let's see here. James P says it's easy to spot a troll right off the bat. Yeah, I agree with that. I see that my good friend says she actually likes the comment when I was talking about the clapback, that she's from Georgia. So thank you very much for that. Oh, I see Miss Misha is in the building. Thank you very much for coming through. All right, let me yeah, Kennedy, that's a mouthful. Ms. Love says, showing positivity vibes is a must for me. Right? Yeah. Mira para allá, guayá. Enriquez, he's just throwing guayabera, see? Yeah, that's what you got to put on. You just put on something just bulletproof. And then Kennedy says, my homemade sweet potato cheesecake. Yeah, I've heard about this cheesecake, sir. Next time I'm in Texas, I'm going to have to definitely make an effort to come through and see if I get some of this cheesecake. I've been hearing so much about this cheesecake. Miss Misha says, I block people, sorry. No, that's the theme, Miss Misha. That's the best route to go. Don't even give them any oxygen. Block them and keep it moving. All right. And Diana says the same thing. Now, let's go to the next one. We got the fourth one. We got two more left. The fourth one is spammers. And that's usually, you see that a little bit more often in, I would say that more on YouTube. I've seen like some of the content that I post, the same video, it'll be on YouTube, and you'll see folks like posting something about like, I'm a designer. I can help you increase your algorithm, you know, or get more views, something like that. What I'll do, like what Mr. Marshall said, I'll just respond and say, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it for stopping by, but I don't really need any help right now. If I will, I'll let you know and keep it moving. But it definitely helps with the algorithm. So I've never got to the point that I get inundated with so many spammers that I have to even just turn off the comments. So I'm curious, have you or you know anyone that has been plagued with spammers? Let me know. And what do you guys have done? So let me know. If you're watching on the replay, be sure to let me know, because hey, it can happen to me as well. So I'd love to know what you guys have done, and share it in the comments right now if you're watching live. Now, the last one is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be the pervert. So before I get into that, let me look at the comments before we move forward and get you thinking. Let me know if you guys came across with a pervert troll. And mind you, that happens even on DMs. I've heard of people, and I'll tease with this. Have you ever had a video or audio file via DM and thought about twice before playing it? I'll tell you a quick story about that. Okay, let's see here. Yep. Miss Janice Clark says, same. It's fraud trying to get my information. I think she's referring to someone else. Hey, Anna Gill, thank you very much for coming through. Thank you for your support. We are right now down to the last topic on today's 5 items, which is about trolling. So, and I'm curious to know, Miss Anna Gill, I'm sure you come across it a lot. What are your best advice on any of the 5 topics? And you can look in the description on how you manage trolls. So I'd love to know about that. Okay, let's see what we got here. So going back to James P says chocolate chip cookies are a must. Yeah, you know, actually I make them from scratch. I'm a pretty good cook and baker. I got recipe books back there. Yeah, I get in there. All right. And now Florence Love says, if you like sweet parties, I gain weight. Yeah. Yeah, that's the worst thing about me. I do gain weight pretty quickly, so I try to watch my sweets. All right. Now, Mr. Acosta Gonzalez says, ain't nobody gonna tell me time for that. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. That is so true about that. Now, Ms. Flores says, those trolls are playing games and passive-aggressive microaggression. I blocked them. No one even have time for that. Yeah, don't even fool with it. Ms. Clark says, sometimes behind the jokes, basically there's something negative. I like that, Miss Clark. You know why? Because I've always been a big proponent. When anyone says a joke, either to you or about you, there's usually some validity, which what that means is just a SAT word, basically saying there's some truth behind that. And what I mean, truth may not be truth about you, and truth. See, that's that New York accent. Truth about you, but that's truth about how they feel about you. So think about that. Okay. Now, Diana says facts. There are a study that shows that the meanest and most vicious trolls tend to be actual psychopaths. Wow. Interesting. And you know, I'd love to know if you could Google that, share that in the comments right here, Diana, if it's not too much to ask. Miss Yolanda Ching is in the building. This is the Miss Accountability. She definitely makes sure that I stay on my LEDA trend. So thank you very much for stopping by. Miss Clark says, ignore the spam. Hey, and I see also Miss Chin says hello to Marcel. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, this cheesecake, Miss Go, I keep hearing about it. Have you had any of his cheesecake? I'd love to know. And if you did, give me your review right in the comments. Let me know. Was it scrumptious? All right. So I know Raquel says, I get a lot of DMs from spammers. Yep. And now here, let me get back to where I was. All right, here you go. So Anthony says, yes, DM, I have, Anthony, which is Ant Reed, says, yes, DM, I have some of them. Tried to post them in the blog, which is quite annoying. I agree. And then Miss Gold says, I just got a DM from a troll yesterday. Ooh, James Patron says spammers suck. Hey, what's going on, Daniel Hall? Thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate that. Mr. Marshall says no lie. I'm surprised that some of these guys have been DMing on here, and it's weird. It's not even sure that people even do this, but you never know someone's addictions or demons. Yeah. Jenny goes that she likes soft. She's asking if soft or hard cookies. Well, if I have to vote, I definitely vote for the soft ones. I love those, and I usually like to make them and then eat them right away. I wait maybe 5 minutes to let them cool off, and then I'll go right into it. Oh, ¿qué tal, Miss Mares? Thank you very much for coming through. I appreciate your support, Mr. Barry, Robert Barry. Thank you, sir. Appreciate. Thank you for support, and thank you for the love. I thank you for that. Let's see here. All right, I see everyone is enjoying the chat about cheesecakes. This is hilarious. Oh, there she goes. Fantastic. I see that Diana put the link to the story that she talked about, that the majority of some of these trollers are psychopath. You are outstanding. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, my dude. Oh, man. Mr. Jarvin, thank you very much for coming through. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is literally just my office and a couple of lights, but thank you. You inspired me. Thank you so much for coming through and your support. All right, so the last one is Pervert. I'm curious to know how you guys manage that. And mind you, that could come from both sides. Now, let me tell you about the story I was talking about. A good friend of mine, and I'll put it right here. All right, here you go. So I'm gonna put. I just tagged her, Judy Fox. I remember about a month. I'll say a month and a half ago. I was in a room on Clubhouse, and Miss Fox said that she was giving her recommendations about when you're sending direct messages, folks, either audio or video, and she suggested that whenever you send a video or audio, to follow it up with a comment. You know exactly what it is. Hey, I follow her suggestion to a T. And let me know if anyone here in the comments, if you do that. If you, after you send a video, do you follow it up with a comment or send a comment prior? Either way, let me know. Put it in the comments. Put a thumbs up if you do that. Yeah, and the reason why, let's say for instance, if I send you a brief video of me, thank you for connecting, or whatever it is, I put that in the description. Now, I remember Ms. Fox said that she did get some unwelcome video message. And, you could read into that any way you want. Ever since then, now she's leery of opening up any video message. And I say that because I don't remember specifically the details, but I remember that it's an unwelcome message. Let's say that much. Okay. So I'm curious to know how you guys do that. How do you manage perverts? Luckily, I haven't had to deal with that. I mean, you would think that on average, more women will receive that. I have received unwanted advances. Yeah, I'll just say thank you very much for the compliment and keep it moving. It's very straightforward. It's not, but. So curious, love to know what folks say, how you deal with perverts. So let's take a look here in the message here. Let's see what folks are talking about. Yep, Miss Clark says she never opens video message. Yep, and Mr. Barry, Robert Perry says Pers gets curved. I gotta like that one. Thank you for that. Let's see. Ms. Raquel Flores says block and left. Block right and block left and right day and night. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I gotta like that one. That's perfect. And I keep hearing about this cheesecake. Has anyone had this cheesecake that Kenny D talks about? Let me know. Mr. Marshall says, hi peeps. I was on mobile. It was so difficult chatting back. Oh, okay, no worries. Yep. And Miss Flores says, yeah, Pers block. Yeah, everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking about this cheesecake. And these comments, I want to let you guys know, It's only exclusively on LinkedIn. So I apologize. I'm using a software from Ecamm, and that you cannot show the comments on Ecamm from LinkedIn. So if you're watching me on YouTube, LinkedIn, I mean, not LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, or even Facebook, connect with me there. You can see the comments on that end. So let me see here. I got a couple of, let me see. We're about to wrap it up, but let me see what the other comments saying here. I had cheesecake from Publix today. It was delicious. Yeah. Anything that Publix does. I even like the cannolis. Oh, they're fresh cannolis. They're so yummy. All right. Let's take a look here. And Mr. Marshall says, that was what I was talking about myself. Another bro of mine got some DMs. Weird dude. Yeah. I just pray because I have no idea what these demon folks wrestle with and then report. Yeah, I agree. Mr. Acosta Gonzalez says, you just have to be careful, but block and report it. I get it often and I hate it. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. And I'm Ms. Mayer says, Pers, in the Caribbean, this is tricky. There's such a high level of perversion in our society that I think that our tolerance level is equally high. And often, that being said, and I use an iron fist in a velvet glove approach. I love it. Guys and ladies, I want to thank you so much for coming through today. I enjoyed the conversations, and you guys have been outstanding. Oh, I see. I got a not late for him, but just later. We started the conversation a little bit earlier, about 26 minutes ago. But thank you, Cesar, for coming through, and I love it. He got his cocktail on hand. So you know what? That's fantastic, dude. I love it. I gotta like that one right there. Maybe COVID will go away with some of these soft chocolate cookies. Miss Gold, you're a mess. And Miss Chan, to wrap things up with the comments, it says block every pervert that sends message personally that I want to get to know them personally. Yeah, personally, I want to get, yeah, that's exactly what you should do, Miss Chang. I agree with you 110%. And that's what you need to do. And guys, if you get this cheesecake, save me a slice. Guys, my name is Marcello Arcele. I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I'm your friendly waste stream analyst right here in Metro Atlanta, or AKA your waste stream champion. Thank you so much for your support. I'll be here tomorrow again. Remember, it's every day in LEDA. So I want to thank you guys for coming through. You guys have a fantastic day. Love you guys. Bye.